Yeah. So welcome everybody. So good to have you all here. A little meeting about just what is, just this.
Just
But just this is not any particular thing. It's like the Tao that can be named is not the eternal Tao. So whatever name you label you put on yourself isn't actually you. You're the unnameable. You begin to see that the mind is in love with labels, not you. So this is about already. You're already what you seek. So it can be the end of seeking when that's seen, that you're already it fully. It's just when we're lost in mind and duality. Duality, the mind is the play of opposites, and what you are has no opposite. Hmm. All words are dualistic, every one of them. Up, down, left, right, heaven, hell. This has no opposite. You're not in time.
and this is directly experienceable. It's not something just for one or two. It's not for, people that sit in caves or hermits, and it's not people that just eat brown lentils. And it's, this is achievable in a sense of if you directly sit with what's here and investigate it fully, then it becomes obvious what it is, what this is, what I am, what is. It's not, as you say, a concept. You can explore it conceptually, of course, but that's not what's being said. It's here. This is it, without words. And I find it wonderful that every time you say, "Shall I press record and see what happens?" It's silence that introduces itself first.
I always feel like it's the creature that runs into back into its cave. It's like it's put on the spotlight or something. Because it's a non-duality meaning. So,
Mm.
It has like duality on its t-shirt. So
Mm.
Well, it's funny, Steph, because non-duality, I was thinking about that today. It's such a beautiful, simple term. And it's amazing to me how, like, so often I see people complicating it. It simply means not to.
yeah.
I had the privilege. Can you hear me, Michael?
Yes, sir.
Yes. I had the privilege of, I visit often in Wayne Lickerman in
Oh,
Hermosa Beach.
yeah. I've sat with Wayne.
Yes. Well, if there's no one new there, it would be an hour and a half of silence, not a word.
Hmm.
This is the old days when there'd be a little cassette recorder in the floor
Yeah.
before there was internet or streaming.
Yeah.
So that was quite pleasant. And his he would start the meeting with just slowly being with each person,
Hmm.
and at first you wonder, what is he doing, right?
Yeah, right. He was so charming. And what brings you here, Henry?
Yes, yes, yes. If I'll tell you a little story. So I'm a great fan of the movie Little Big Man, with Dustin Hoffman, who
Yeah.
lived to be like, it's a story about 100, he lived to be 114 years and he had all these careers, right? And stories. And one of the expressions in the movie was, it is a good day to die, right?
Hmm.
It is a good day to die. So I go to Wayne, I go, Wayne, and I felt, the feeling is very nice and wonderful. I say, it is a good day to die. He goes, oh, no, no, Henry, you want to die on your worst day. He said, no, no, I want to die on my worst day. And I go, well, I guess that's why you're there and I'm here. but the silence, as Paul was talking about, yes, the silence.
Mm.
You know, the silence is like a mistress. You got to go to her.
Hmm.
What do you mean by that, Michael?
Silence doesn't say anything to get your attention. So if you want to be in story all day, silence is completely at peace with that. It doesn't, it is the peace already. So it's not wanting or lacking. So it's like, I want the peace of the silence. So I go to it and go, ah, you're me.
Mm. I heard someone say that the mind has to move like a feather towards the truth. You can't put it, you can't push it there. It's like it kind of, you know, it it gets attracted to the truth on its own. The movement is so subtle, so imperceptible, like a feather.
Mm.
I thought that was really
Mhm.
beautiful.
Mm. I look at it also the way of um, the silence. I don't have to go to the silence. That the silence is actually screaming for me, trying to get my attention. So I don't have to go to the silence. Silence is screaming, a silent scream. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's poetry. Words are you, so now you have like a freedom. Is I was telling Leela this. It's like my palette just got huge because there's no more there's you you can express it now. You could be yourself. Finally. Hallelujah.
Mhm.
I'm laughing because Addie has like ghosts on her wall. And then I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but Sindhu, Anand Sindhu, who I've never heard him or her, but like that little itty bitty thing in there is a person. If you look at that illustration, the
Oh,
teeny little thing there is a person. Anyway, I just think that's kind of cool.
yeah, gazing into the black hole.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
wow, way bigger than, the coolest thing about this is that no matter what is appearing, it is, as Don would say, the Tao, it's 100% accepted, it's 100% okay. Because the whole deal on seeking was that there was so much that was not okay. It's like, whatever manifestation you happen to have, like, or whatever character defects or naughtiness or bizarreness that you had was not acceptable, not acceptable. You had to feel bad about it, you know, and I don't have to feel bad about it. Whatever has occurred in my life. Um, and Tony Parsons was saying in his book, not one jot could have been different.
Mhm.
The book has been written, not one jot could have been different. And it's all perfectly accepted. And so that's kind of amazing, really.
It is amazing. It's completely amazing when you're not doing it. When you think you're doing it, it's the opposite of amazing. It's frustrating. It's
Yeah.
heavy. It's burdensome. It's tiring. It's draining. But when you see that, oh, damn, life has been doing everything since jump.
Don, could you silent as screaming? I never heard it quite put that way. Could you speak on that a little bit? Silence as screaming.
I mean, the way for me, it's just like the silence is screaming at me so that I get to get my attention. It's just screaming. And I think when I look at that, it's like the tension in my body or the anxiety is, it, for me, is a resistance to listening to the silence. My resisting the silence causes
Yeah.
the stress and the anxiety. Um, I can blame the silence, for my anxiety. I guess I could go there. Um, it's just like it's the silence screaming, but that's everything. The silence, given that the silence is everything. So if I'm happy, the silence is screaming. If I'm sad, the silence is screaming. It's almost like whatever is happening here is the silence, even the screaming, even the depression, the seeking, the despair, the whatever. That that is the silence screaming in here. It's so beautiful. It's like,
Yeah,
and it's
man.
so loving. It's so loving. That's it. It's so loving. The silence is so loving. And however you are, however the silence is coming through, it's loving, and that's there. Or for me, the love is there. There's a palpable love there. It's not, the silence isn't, for me, it isn't neutral. It's palpable. It wants for me, you know? It wants for everything. It wants for everybody. It's like, whoa.
Don, that's awesome. That is so beautiful. Really feeling that.
When Nisargadatta Maharaj was asked, "Who are you?" he said, "Nothing in particular, but I am."
Off of what Don was saying too, I noticed when I kind of fell in love with the silence, it was okay. I didn't really like small talk anymore.
Mhm.
And then people would come at work. I'd be enjoying my work, be lost in the work, in the silence of it. And people would come in to help out and immediately want to. I noticed that they felt awkward because there was nothing being said. There was just silence there. And I was totally okay with the silence. They didn't have to say anything. And then to chase that away, they start making small talk. And then some people would go and leave from there and talk to another coworker that I have spoken to a lot to. And they would say, that guy Gray, he's not all that friendly, is he? And they're, what do you mean? He's very friendly. Yeah, but I just didn't want to make the small talk. I was okay with talking about like deeper things, what's more authentic than just talking about the weather or how the Dodgers are doing. But yeah, you can see the anxiety there with the silence. But it didn't feel like that anymore here. There was no more anxiety with the silence at all. It's actually every word that's spoken. There's silence right there in the word. It rises out of the silence and dissolves right back into it instantaneously.
Some of you may have seen my quote yesterday. I said, words are silence on steroids."
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
I was having a similar experience at work today too. I personally love small talk. Like I feel like I'm just, I don't know, just talking to people about random stuff that I'm interested in. Like I'll like talk about Spanish with some random guy or like, I don't know. I love doing that shit. But like today for some reason it was like a completely different energy. I just had like no desire to speak to anyone and my brain was just so quiet. It was just the quietness and working. And it was just like there wasn't any reason why I was feeling quiet that day or anything like that. I just was. I don't know. It's just random as fuck. But it was almost like everyone was just like playing a character too, you know? Like they were just themselves and they couldn't really help being themselves. And yeah.
Yeah, it's now it's okay again for small talk to happen again because there's no more anxiety there about the silence anymore. Or it was just falling in love with it and then seeing also that there was no difference between the words and the silence.
Mhm.
So there's moments where I could be very quiet and I have nothing to say at all. And I seem to be very quiet, and then other times I can't seem to shut up.
That's real.
Mm.
It also depends on who I'm with. If I'm really with a super talkative person, I'll either get talkative or they just won't give me a chance to speak. So.
Yeah, that's me.
They got to take a breath, you know. So,
Sometimes I just want to put like a finger
jump
on their
in.
lips and be like, shh, shut up.
Mm. So the language, the words never touches beingness. Beingness, actuality, the timeless is unaffected by the appearances.
Yeah, there's just nothing to be affected by anything. It's just, yeah, it's already unaffected.
Mm.
Gregory, are you sending those hearts out?
I'll send them up when someone says something I really love. So
But I'm worried about you, Gregory, because you seem to be inappropriately dressed for your environment.
yeah,
That was sweet.
Oh, I see. All right.
Yeah, maybe you can make a parka appear, Gregory, like you're wearing a
Yeah,
parka.
Yeah.
yeah, because you can dress your avatar, you know.
Yeah, so that's the question. Are you your avatar? Are you are you the body?
It's even hard to say that because you kind of are, and then you also are not. If you
Yeah.
look, because it seems like that the body still answers to the name and it still carries on and does what it's always done. But then you also look closer and you start asking what even is the body, and how can you separate? It's like looking at a photo. Like how can you
Mhm.
pick that out and say that body, that's me right there? And but you're the whole thing. You're not just that body. You're literally everything. So you are the body, and also there's not a body. There's everything. The
Mhm.
body's never appearing without everything. You can't take the body out and plug it and set it aside from everything and say, see, there's a body. It's just always everything. But it's okay for practical, for language at least to speak that way, for the dream to continue. Like a lucid dream, you wake up in the dream and you realize you're not that character. You're literally the entire dream.
Yeah, body's just another word.
Yeah. Then the body learns how to fly in a lucid dream, right? So then you get to play. So it's like you get to play as if you're a body, even though you know it's pretty obvious that you're not a body, that you really don't know what a body is, and yet you can still go to the doctor and they seem to know a whole lot about the body. They know
Yeah,
things
you
about the
are the
body you
body.
don't know. Yeah, and you're supposedly the body, and they know things about it you don't know. Or take it to a scientist and they take a skin cell, put it on a slide underneath, and it doesn't even look like a skin cell anymore. There's little cells and microorganisms moving about like their bodies, like they know what to do, like they know what to eat and what to avoid. And you don't, and the brain doesn't know anything about that, but it looks at the outer exterior of this and says, "There I am." It doesn't talk about the the nervous system, which wreaks havoc when it's not calm, when it thinks it's separate.
Mm.
Yeah.
So the silence, you're talking about the silence and the screaming. The screaming seems to be all the appearances are screaming.
Yeah,
Every manifestation, every experience is screaming,
Mhm.
yeah,
and it's all part of the silence.
yeah. Like Don said, it's the screaming for your attention.
Yeah.
Like awareness.
So it's like the source or home is the silence,
Yeah,
just different words. Just yeah,
silence is home. I like that.
yeah. Home and the sun setting in your background there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about silence is it doesn't need anything.
Yeah.
And it's even present even during listening. It's right there. The listening itself is always silent.
Yeah, and it never interrupts.
Right. Words flow and it just keeps listening.
Keep silent.
It's funny, there's no right word to say, and yet if there aren't two things, if there's only the one thing appearing as everything, then that includes every word, then every word is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, the silence is more like a hug that goes right through you, like something that's always there, even if you can't hear it, like very visceral.
I love the way you speak, Alexis.
Thank you, Addie. I love your ghosts. Ma, you want to say something? My mom's here. Ma, you want to say something?
Hi, Ma.
Hi, Ma.
Hi, Mom.
It's lovely. It's just lovely listening. I sat with Alexis with Jim Newman for the weekend, and it was lovely to be.
Oh, beautiful.
lovely to just listen.
Nice. Yeah, he's amazing.
She called him the primo tickler, whatever that means.
Yeah, Mom, what do you mean by that?
What's the primo tickler?
I thought he was more the lawyer for the absolute. That's really what I thought of him.
Good. Your
Yeah,
mom.
he's a good advocate. Yeah.
Yeah, your mom. You got it. It's what we call radical in the business.
Right.
Tickle, tickle.
Tickle, tickle.
Hey.
He tickles your awareness and makes you aware of yourself, and he does it with a smile.
Yeah,
With a smile.
yeah,
It's
charming
like
bastard.
a trout tickler, just tickling awareness out. I'll catch you. You won't even know it.
Well, I'll say this about Jim Newman. It's so obvious he doesn't care about your story.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
funny. It's like just so funny.
Yeah. He doesn't even care about his story, really.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like if you ask him like, oh, in the story of Jim, he can answer, but you can see his face is like, never mind, never mind. Who cares?
He's like if Gray was a human being.
Ah, yes. I love Gray. So beautiful.
Wow,
Monotone neutrality.
that is hilarious.
I think the first time I heard him speak or saw him on YouTube, somebody asked him a question, and he said, they said something like, has life changed? And he said, no. He said, I'm still the best driver on the road. Everybody else is shit. I still drink white wine. And it was just this obviousness of saying, for God's sake, this is it. You drink wine, you do this, you do whatever, and it's just that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it don't matter.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He still gets angry, he was saying. It's such a human thing. I was sitting with someone in like a one-on-one session and I said like, yeah, I still get angry. And they said, oh, like what? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, well, are you trying to purify that? And I was like, hell no, that's a human thing. That's not about being clear.
Yeah.
It's an animal
Yeah,
thing.
just happens. Yeah, it's an animal thing. Somebody cuts you off on the freeway. Fuck you. Just happens. You don't even think about it.
Really fun.
Yeah, and then it's like this release.
Even though there's
Something
no
else is
doer,
happening.
even though there's no doer, you give them the finger anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Just the one thing appearing as the beautiful bird flipping itself.
Watch what you're doing, asshole.
That's right.
Yeah, it's funny that the anger, you try to escape the anger as a separate self, and you kind of imagine that one day the anger is not going to be there anymore. And it's the other way around.
Yeah.
It's like all there is anger when it comes up. It's like the whole body can feel it and it's like heat and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go out into the garden and like dig in the dirt and like
The separate self says, I'm going to get rid of this anger. And the anger says,
it feels
no,
healthy. Yeah, I know. It's like
anger's like, I'm going to get rid of you.
So
yeah.
I had to go to get quarters at the bank to do the laundry in the building. So I was going to take $30, get 3 rolls of quarters. And as I'm cutting through the alley to get to Bank of America, there's a truck, a long, huge semi truck that's completely wide. I don't even know how he fit in there, but there's literally no room for me on either side. And so I'm standing there like in this alley, like kind of like looking to see if there's anyone in the cab. And suddenly I see him looking back at me in his rearview mirror. We're just like eyeing each other. But so finally I'm like throwing my hands up. Dude, I can't get by. So I yell that. Nothing. So I sat there for a minute and then I go, well, I guess you don't care, really loud. And there's people around, and all of a sudden the truck started up. And he pulled
You hurt his
forward so
ego.
I could go through. But I mean, in the moment, like that was what was happening. This guy thought it was okay to block the alley, which is completely illegal. I wanted to walk, through it. So that's what it was. And that's going to happen. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I like to use the word a lot, unimaginable love for this because it's just unimaginable. You have no idea what's going to happen next.
Mm.
It
Yeah.
just shows up, and whatever shows up, that's it. It's just instantly what it is, and
Yeah.
it's also unconditional in
But
that it includes everything.
exactly, Greg, and there's nothing wrong with losing your temper. Like it's so funny how that becomes like a gauge for I'm not there yet. And that's such a load of crap.
Yeah.
You try to get rid of the humanness, and yet then when you come into this, it's just a total love for the humanness.
So I never found my temper in the first place. So, what's losing it?
Yeah, beautiful. Oh, Paul doing little judo there.
But it's the laugh that comes with it, isn't it? The anger expresses. And then, before it's even finished, there's a warmth and a recognition of how beautiful it is, and how funny it is that it's just,
Yeah.
it's like, what? Where
Yeah.
did that come from?
Or how about in nature? Like you ever seen an elephant throw a tantrum?
Yeah.
It's hilarious. The little baby stomping like a little kid and he's blowing his horn and he's having a meltdown. It's hilarious.
Or a silverback gorilla.
I was talking to my brother and he won't stop drinking my coffee. It's so annoying. Oh my God. And I get off, it's so bad, guys. I can't even get started. But anyways, so I was talking to him about how he keeps drinking my coffee, and I was like, you're gonna shit soon. You're gonna have a lot of shit coming out of you. Don't worry. Just keep drinking my coffee.
Karma.
I was like, I don't know. I just couldn't care anymore. I just wanted to make fun of him. And then he was like making fun of me. He was like, I don't care. And I was like, fuck you, man. I like punched him on the shoulder. I was like, stop drinking my fucking coffee.
There seems to be like a difference in it too, because the anger used to like hang around. It seemed like it would hang around all day and you carry it all day. And now it just kind of just moves through you and it's over. Instant.
Yeah.
You just play with it.
Yeah.
What do you do with other people? Other people's anger?
Me?
Anyone?
Oh, I guess I will answer other people's anger. Sometimes I have reactions, but like I'm like, it's just happening, like they don't really have control over it. And it's also like kind of personal, their anger is like a personal thing almost, or, you can just watch it, or you can get reactive and say, fuck you back, like, fuck you, and then laugh.
I could say it comes back to being unimaginable again because I have no idea how I'm going to react or what I'm going to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because there
Yeah.
could be a reaction, or I get angry right back, or I might point
Yeah,
to
totally.
them, hey, that's your anger that you're blaming me for. You're feeling anger, so why don't you just feel it? Why are you putting it off on me? I can't feel it for you. I
Totally.
mean, I could, but it's not going to help you.
Very good point.
Yeah, I guess you don't have to do anything. Sorry, Michael, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, like, think about anger, like the emotion of anger, and usually it's because we don't feel heard.
Mm. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
The anger here is not so much that I won't be heard. It's that I will not listen to the silence. And so the anger is to me. So the anger doesn't come from the outside. And if anger comes in from another person, it would be like it's the silence that comes in trying to get to me, through that person. And if I is trying to get to me, and but I'm totally lost, because, well, whatever that was all about, the silence is trying to get to me. And again, I said it before, it's just me. If there's any anger I see in the world,
Yeah.
or it's not there. It's
No, no,
not there. It's my resistance hitting the silence, and it manifests as anger.
usually a reaction to the story, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's also that there's a fear of being abandoned, isn't there? When you look at it, it's not just validation. It's like, I don't want to be on my own here.
Oh,
You know,
beautiful.
no one's listening to me. No one's hearing me. I don't want to be on my own. You know, I want to be in this. I want to really be in it. So here I am.
There's a great sense of it matters in anger. This really fucking matters, and I'm pissed. You know, it's got a juice to it.
No.
Yeah, it's a really powerful expression of individuality.
It really is, because the anger communicates when you start to explore these emotions rather than running away from them, you learn so much, because you realize that, you know, in society, a lot of the times we're taught to be so polite, you know, oh, could you please not do that? You know, versus, would you knock it the fuck off? There's an energy behind that, you know, a rawness of when a curse word is used, when someone's really angry, it cuts through the bullshit.
A good way to try to anger me is just project on me. Tell me your story all about me, and just don't let me say anything otherwise. Just your story is the truth, and that's all there is to it. And it reminds me of like what Alan Watts says, because he says deep down there's something in you that says it might be true, and then that's where the resistance comes from. Is that there's a fear that it might be true.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
There is a purity and an honesty in anger. It's pure. You're not.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, that's a good point, because it does kind of push back on that, because it pushes back on the story. Like, I'm not that story.
It's like like my grandson. If he tries to be angry, you can see he's trying. But when he's angry, it's obvious.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And same with my granddaughter. She's the same. She'll put this face on and try and be angry. I'm like, oh, stop it.
Like when my mother's good at getting angry, and a lot of times, sometimes she's angry. I just like it feels like an act. Like she just walk around with a scowl on her face. I just play with her at that point, and then she just gets angrier. Like, see, now you're really angry. Now it looks real.
Well, isn't it an act?
Yeah, everything, it is an act. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole beautiful unconscious act. Yeah.
Just this liveness innocently playing as being pissed off. I'm angry. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
On stage.
Yeah, on the world stage.
Yeah.
Someone chased the silence away.
So what's the opposite of anger?
One thing, maybe.
Calm, relaxed. I don't know.
Yeah, relaxed.
Yeah, I would say chill.
Yeah.
Accepting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
part of accepting. Yeah.
Openness, because you feel contraction when you're angry.
Yeah.
Surrender.
There are no opposites.
Surrender, yeah.
Yeah. No, there are opposites, just not for anybody.
Isn't that the beauty though that even opposites they're opposites at one point, but they're also not opposites. Like up and down or direction.
Yeah.
The same thing.
There's a coolness too. Like there's a heat to anger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's angry, you could shove him in the snow. Shove him into Gregory's painting behind his Get out of here.
Well, there is, because when someone's angry, right, the cops will say, okay, you need to chill out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll make him even more angry.
Yeah.
So the
it
heat
does,
that your whole
yeah.
face turns red.
Mhm.
So one doesn't exist without the other.
Yeah.
It's one thing.
Yeah, it's the breath.
Mm.
It's both in breath and out breath. They're absolutely reliant upon each other.
Mm.
There's even a stillness there, even when all these things are happening, seeing these emotions are coming and going, there's still a stillness there. It's just not as easily recognizable because the emotion gets so much attention, right? The mind will give out a lot of attention because it's a movement.
Mm-hmm.
If it's stillness, the mind doesn't have anything to say or anything to do about it. It has nothing. If it's silence, it's got nothing to say.
Here, Gregory, I describe it as like when you're watching 4th of July fireworks in the sky, your attention is where? On the fireworks. So you completely forget about the sky.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like watching a movie, you don't pay any attention to that blank screen that's always blank, even though there's a movie on it.
Yeah.
Who watches a movie, stands there, everyone's watching there for 2-3 hours watching a movie, staring at a blank screen. Nobody notices that. You say, hey, you were there staring at a blank screen. No, I wasn't. I was watching the whole movie. Yeah, but it was a blank screen there the entire time. It was never stained by the movie at any point.
Yeah. That acceptance, so it doesn't seem to have the emotion that anger does. It doesn't have that the me about it. It doesn't have the tie to this individual that thinks it's not getting at what it wants.
Yeah. There's usually a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually if you're out
There's
somewhere,
always a story, isn't there? What that comes up?
Yeah.
No, not at all. Not for me. There can be an anger without a story, for sure. Like just heat in the body and ah! Ah! It doesn't have to be about anyone or to anything or
Yeah.
have a story.
Beautiful. So
but you can see like people might have in a public space might be there and then someone explodes in anger at someone else, and then what does everyone do? They all look over in there. So, and then sometimes you can feel that might irritate you just hearing that, and you don't even have a story popping up. You just all of a sudden you're irritated. Then the story follows. Oh, I'm irritated because they're over there arguing and it pissed me off, ruining my silence.
yeah, that can happen, Alexis, where feelings and emotion can just come out for no reason.
Yeah. And grief too. Any type of emotion.
It's like Tourette's for emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
It's that my grandson, he likes to watch a movie, so that's the only screen time we'll have in the day. And we watched Free Guy yesterday, and at the end, there's this point where the protagonist meets his friend had died. He dematerialized in the virtual reality world, and then he rematerialized. And his name is Buddy. He's Guy, and he's Buddy. He's like, Buddy, you're alive. He's like, yeah. And I'm coming for you. I'm coming in. They run into the road and they hug. And I was crying. And my grandson's looking at me and he's going, are you tearing up there, Grandpa? And I'm like, yeah, bro. And it was just this beautiful moment, where whether it's the writer, the director, whoever, it's like silence captures itself in that moment and says, look at me. And those actors bring it to life. And the essence of it is there. You know what's being expressed. That's Don's silence. He's screaming at me in that moment in the screen. The actors bring that to life with the most beautiful emotion. and yet you know what's creating it, and I just sat there crying. What are you doing?
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Emotion sneaks up on you,
Yeah.
comes out of nowhere, unimaginably, and then leaves you again. And it's just like, what was that?
I can relate to that. I see, like, sometimes something will just happen. Next thing I know, I'm tearing up. Especially when people talk about their trauma and stuff like that, I start tearing up.
Yeah. Me
When they
too.
speak, especially when they speak about it authentically, not when they're trying to get away from it so much, because I can feel their suffering in that. But when they're talking about it authentically and they're like loving it, all of a sudden I start tearing up.
Mm.
There's nothing I can do to stop it. It just shows up.
And the heat, Alexis, I get that. I get that with a lot of emotion, whether it's anger or joy. Even talking about it, my body temperature's gone up 2 or 3 degrees. It's like, oh, I'm boiling, it just really expresses itself.
2 degrees is freezing, man.
Yeah.
It's gone up 3.
Yeah, well, that's why this energetic feel into it that I've been talking about lately, about red light, green light, yellow light, the reason it's so effective, and the surprise was that there was no guilt. Because once I took the time to actually feel into the emotion, I wasn't like listening to my head. I was feeling into what my body wanted. And there was an honesty, however it came out, whether it was red light, green light, or yellow light. I was being authentic with how I felt. And to my surprise, that alleviated the guilt.
Nice. Where does guilt happen in the body? Is there a certain place?
I usually would feel it in the gut. Doesn't always feel like it's in the gut though all the time. Sometimes it kind of in between the gut and the heart. Happening.
You guys are so beautiful.
You're beautiful.
Yeah, you are
Like
beautiful.
I'm sitting here like silence is speaking to me like through you, right? And it's like in all these different flavors and expressions. I mean, it's like a kaleidoscope of the silence is just coming through in so many different ways. And it's so I salute the silence. Okay. And I salute you for being the expression of that silence. And I mean, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful that you guys are like it. I keep looking for the silence. Like all I got to do is look here and look at any one of you.
And you.
There it is. Well, whoa, okay. Thank you. Okay. Silence speaking.
This screen you're looking at is a mirror. It's just wow. Look.
Oh no.
Yeah. Look at that. Just a mirror. It's amazing. Magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? It's all there. It's you, Don. You're the fairest, bro.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's kind of being the best is like such a thing, isn't it? And like, how can you even be the best? Like, it's so funny. I am the best.
You're the best this.
Daddy lost it.
She dissolved. Where'd she go?
She's up on the wall with the ghosties.
So Don, you're special. How's that? Yeah.
I used to whisper that to my into my baby's ears as they were growing up. I'd walk in to see how they were sleeping, and I'd go over and I'd say, you're so special, you are the world, and and then you are so amazing, and I just keep these little beautiful words, and but I felt it. You know what I mean? I'd go in and see them as well. I'd tell them while they were sleeping, and then I'd tell them whilst they're awaking.
Oh,
That's very
so
sweet.
cute.
Hey, Alexis, I could say a few words about guilt.
Oh, I'd love that.
So there's nothing wrong with guilt.
Yeah.
Say more.
You're gonna make me cry, Michael.
Yeah, it's a natural human emotion. God damn, I wish I had done it differently.
God damn, yeah.
Mhm.
It's very innocent, isn't it? It's funny. Guilt is so innocent.
Yeah, that's funny. Ah,
Hmm. Well, that innocence is because it could have been no other way. There's no other way it could have been.
but
Right.
even wishing, like part of you, if your aunt goes, God, I wish it was different, if only I bought the lottery ticket, whatever. Um, that's okay.
Mhm.
I wrote a little bit about guilt when I was writing about the shadow. So the illusion of the shadow, that the shadow is essentially the emotional weight of any word, that it's not seen. So words cast that shadow,
Hmm.
and so it's the shadow is the mechanism that controls guilt. It controls blame and shame, along with regret, jealousy, all of it. But it's the shadow that does it, and you can see the shadow in the breath, if you like, or in the movement of the breath, how it's like magnetism, how it will pull things in so that it can express itself. And then when you breathe out, if you see it, or energetically, you can kind of release it when you breathe out. And it's as simple as that. When you can see, there's like duality is the magnetism of bringing experience in to the body and then letting experience go. And because we don't see that action happening, we hold on to the guilt when we brought it in, and we don't let it go. And so that we go through this process of seeing that and then letting it go. But we're not actually letting anything go. The breath lets it go because it's the breath that brought it in, So it's just
That's
breathing.
yeah.
That's beautiful.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that because I like energetics. I've done like the Taoist energetics for a long time. And when I saw that was a huge shift, because then you could see that you can feel this magnetism, you could feel it, and then you can see it, how different aspects of the self pull will accept it. They kind of join on, they join the journey. Oh, that's mine now, because they feel it being pulled in, and we don't see it. And then when you do see it, you can watch it go again, and it's like, wow, there's that wave of consciousness. There's a choice in there. You can ride the wave and be angry, or you can see the anger go, or you can, it can be joined with the next thing with humor, or it can be joined with anything. But I think guilt is never separate. It always comes with blame and shame.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't appear on its own, or if it appears on its own, then it's followed by one of those two.
Yeah.
Like
What seems to turn the flame up on guilt is whether or not it's believed to be personal.
Now, you're exploring that was felt like that, all the blaming and shaming and the guilt that was there, and finally going into that and looking at what was actually there. Notice the really painful stuff I blamed on the world. That was out there. I couldn't, it was just too painful to embody it at all, that I saw it was always, I was projecting it onto the world.
Yeah.
And it almost made it impossible for me to even process it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Instead, all I would do is rage against the world when I see like humans doing something. And now I'm raging against them. Why are we going to this war? Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Why are we dropping bombs on children? What are we doing? But then it's happening right here, and then starting to see that, and then it was very innocent and beautiful going into it. It wasn't like what I thought it was at all. Not the way the story seemed to frame it.
No.
And then it was just felt. It was just fully felt. It was just there was just nothing but full on blame and shame and guilt, and it processed right through. And I just saw how innocent it was, and yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah, you can begin to see that about all the emotions.
Mhm.
Mhm.
None of them belong to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, who
There's
am I
that,
holding on to that?
there's that famous quote, and I'm paraphrasing it probably badly, where it says, "In the beginning, it's your fault, and then I realized it was my fault, and then in the end, I realized it was nobody's fault."
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow. Any last comments or questions before we close out this evening?
No, thank you so much, Michael.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's,
Thanks, everybody.
thank
Have a
you.
great evening.
All
You
right.
too.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Mike.
Bye, guys.
Oh.
Love you all.